This unprecedented partnership signals a potential shift in global power dynamics. The largely unnoticed agreement between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan represents a symposium in Stockholm examines the Yazidi genocide and the legal challenges faced by survivors seeking justice. Diasporic communities strive for accountability. An analyst in Caracas analyzes the complexities of the Venezuelan oil market under the pressure of Trump's aggressive policies, exploring the impact. SIVE policies, exploring the impact on the international community. Discounted barrels offer a complex narrative of economic survival under political pressure. A report warns that rising NATO military spending will significantly increase greenhouse gas emissions, potentially matching Brazil's annual output. The environmental consequences. World leaders convene at the UN General Assembly, aiming for global peace and security, despite widening divisions on achieving this goal. Israel's attack on Doha raises serious questions about sovereignty and international law, threatening a US-brokered ceasefire and escalating regional tensions. The international reports suggest Saudi Arabia is pursuing nuclear weapons, potentially altering the regional balance of power and prompting concerns among neighboring nations. Qatar's response to Israel's attack is described as a paradigm shift for the whole region, signaling a potential escalation of conflict, and Turkey expresses serious concerns about Israel's escalating aggression in the Middle East, fearing it could be next, and has suspended trade with. An Israeli drone strike in Lebanon kills 5 people, including 3 children, prompting condemnation from the Lebanese Prime Minister. The ongoing escalation. Despite no longer being National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz's plans for Bagram Air Base seem to be influencing President Trump's policy on. The Council on Foreign Relations Global Conflict Tracker provides updates on the continuing conflict in Syria, highlighting the devastating humanitarian consequences and highlighting the ongoing humanitarian crisis and geopolitical complexities. The situation remains volatile, with significant implications for regional stability and international security. A significant Saudi-Pakistan defense agreement has largely escaped attention, yet it could reshape geopolitical alliances and power dynamics. This pact potentially signifies a major realignment of Middle Eastern alliances, and its full impact remains to be seen. The significance of this defense deal was overshadowed by other high-profile international happenings, such as a recent U.S. presidential visit. Sky News described the pact as potentially creating an Islamic NATO, highlighting its potentially significant geopolitical implications. The agreement's influence reaches beyond regional boundaries, potentially impacting global alliances and power dynamics on a larger scale. There are concerns among some analysts about the potential effects of the deal on regional stability and the existing balance of power. The American conservative suggested that this defense agreement may allow Saudi Arabia to acquire nuclear weapons, raising major international concerns. Qatar's response to recent Israeli attacks underscores the evolving dynamics within the Middle East and the broader geopolitical environment. Turkey voiced concerns about being a potential target of future Israeli attacks, reflecting escalating regional tensions and uncertainties. Recent Israeli drone strikes in Lebanon caused civilian casualties, worsening the existing regional conflicts and tensions. Discussion of former advisor Mike Waltz's strategy for returning U.S. troops to Afghanistan is currently underway, sparking considerable debate. The persistent conflict in Syria continues to cause instability within the region and create further complexities. The UN General Assembly is convening amid increasing global divisions and uncertainty about future diplomatic solutions. Israel's strike on Doha has prompted critical questions about its strategic motives and its compliance with international law. The prospect of Saudi Arabia obtaining nuclear weapons is a topic of ongoing discussion and analysis by many experts. The rise in NATO's military spending has raised serious environmental concerns due to its impact on greenhouse gas emissions. A symposium in Sweden is exploring the Yazidi genocide, focusing on protest and legal action taken by diaspora communities. Analysis of Venezuela's discounted oil barrels is being done in relation to the escalating tensions and aggressive actions by the U.S. The long-term implications of the agreement are uncertain and require continued observation and in-depth analysis by experts. The agreement carries the risk of intensifying existing tensions and potentially sparking further regional conflict. The deal shows a notable shift in alliances and a redistribution of power within the Middle East and beyond. The limited coverage in Western media highlights a potential oversight and a possible bias in reporting on international events. The agreement's effects on international law and its adherence to it remain ambiguous and require further legal scrutiny. The Saudi-Pakistan Agreement significantly changes the existing regional balance of power, prompting ongoing scrutiny. The deal might incite an arms race within the Middle East, raising further concerns about regional security. The influence of this agreement on U.S. foreign policy is yet to be determined and will be closely observed. The potential for Saudi Arabia to gain access to nuclear weapons is a significant matter causing widespread concern. The agreement may potentially worsen regional instability, causing even greater uncertainty in the region. Thorough and further research is necessary to comprehend the full range of this agreement's effects. This agreement could have far-reaching global consequences that deserve careful consideration. This agreement reflects Saudi Arabia's strategic objectives within the region and its pursuit of enhanced regional influence. The agreement aligns with Pakistan's strategic interests, bolstering its regional role and security. The agreement is expected to create considerable economic ramifications for both Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. The agreement significantly changes the regional security landscape, potentially introducing new security concerns. The agreement will have an impact on several international actors and their relations with Saudi Arabia and Pakistan. The long-term influence of the agreement on regional stability remains uncertain, requiring continuous monitoring. The international community has responded in various ways to the agreement, showcasing a diverse range of opinions. The agreement is a complicated matter with multifaceted implications requiring detailed analysis. Diplomacy will play a key role in lessening any potential negative consequences stemming from this agreement. The future trajectory of the agreement and its outcomes remains unclear and will unfold over time. Close observation of the evolving situation is required to assess the full impact of the Saudi-Pakistan Defense Pact.